Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a Game War on the Pacific Advance Edition. This is my play by PBEM match against AsuRob. He's Allied Commander and for me it is Empire of Japan. November 28th, 42 now. The Allies taking over this empty base. Fine. Let's see if they're striking even closer to Japan. But first here's a cargo ship with a Mark 14 trigger. Now island, one of my small cargo ships transporting resources back from Nauru Island to Truk and then from Truk to Japan. So the ship is lost, but only 2-3 point cargo ship, not so important. I-19 under attack, but no hit. In 43, the debuff will be reduced. I think for the allies it will completely stop, and I think for the Japanese it will be reduced by half or something like this. So, the allies are coming for the next island. Here I have also coastal battery. You can see some shells are hitting. Okay, one shell. But the allies are coming. And for this island I will try to fight. But of course it's still hard for me to bring in any reinforcements if I know there are 4 enemy carriers and 6, 7, 8 battleships nearby. Losing an island is at the end not worth. I mean, an island can always be reconquered. Ships are lost on the ground, the bottom of the sea is lost forever. So some more shells, so you can see that this battery is ready to fight. What is missing, and I had no time, but also I simply had no stock. I had to mine normally this ports much more, at least with 300 mines, but there's never enough mines for Japan. This is a problem. That was a nice AP, the second day, the second failed attack on a cargo. Again, only 2 torpedoes, use more would be better, but a little unlucky. Enemy carriers are here, so dangerous to operate my aircraft. Fighter bombers dropping more bombs. 9,000 is maybe a little low, maybe I better fly at 10,000. Less flak damage. Problem is this is very tough terrain. Wood, mountains or hills, so it's air power will always struggle to really do something. Only if you have a situation like this where the enemy is starving and is more or less strong wind will kill the enemy, then I think some bombs can also do the job. All these units are on the brink of collapse. And on top, of course, this kind of strike aircraft are elite already. There's some casualties. So long Rob is focusing, or at least trying to bomb also Bundeberg. At the same time, my army can maybe run away. And so far I also see no indication that Rob is leaving or camped, and maybe he's trying to encircle and get rid of Bundeberg first. This will free up his 36, 39 units near Brisbane. Any small strikes here? Still some battle here at Ceylon. So long I control this port, I can keep my submarines at Karachi. Once I lose this port, also no submarine action more at Karachi, so I try to manage this. But too many small bases all around the map, consuming a lot of supplies. So, and if the question is, well, where's my supplies are everywhere. And of course, this was a test for me, this match, to see how many front lines I can supply at the same time with the little supply production Japan offers. So, and it was really only a test at the end for me. So I know already before that it's nearly impossible to handle this kind of operations, and it's simply not really working. You must choose India or Australia. But running so many different armies around the map and different locations is very hard to maintain. Purely defense is maybe possible, but attacking, striking, and counter-attacking, maybe not so much. Good, anyway. More unloading. More hit here today. Yesterday the tanks attacked. Take a rest day. Only bombardment. Now it's infantry attacking. Yesterday the tanks. Infantry failed. Yeah, you can see supplies issue. But even if infantry failed, the allies are now more and more losing the raw attack power. Next battle here. Trying to finish off this British army once and for all. Here the allied units are landing, and you can see that there's not much so far on shore. Not sure why. Combat engineers, anti-aircraft, the paratrooper guys are maybe okay. But it could be a possibility to counterattack. This tank destroyer unit is always running around and taking back the bases. Naja. Not so action in the air today. Mostly jacks lost searching for enemy task forces, but only one pilot did. Missed attack on this AP. This was his cargo ship, lost to a Mark 14. Yeah, this slow cargo stuff I always use for risky frontline operations. So Rob is trying to steamroll maybe his island chain, and we will see if he can attack here. So this coastal artillery is not equipped with the heavy guns like the 20 centimeter. So, but against landing, 8 centimeter will be normally enough damage. The 8 centimeter, of course, is only to start a fire. The 14 centimeter, 5.5 inch is really doing damage. No high disruption because there was no landing shelling. So the first base, Rob was completely shelling with half dozen battleships, so I had no chance at all. These units are now ready, so I can ask my infantry to counterattack and maybe push off the enemy, because once you makes unloading, you have very high disruption the first 2-3 turns. Only issue is that I have not a lot of supplies, so I must get here more supplies in as soon as possible. Yeah. You see how this starts and continues. In China, nothing really special. Yeah, only if you wondered, this Chinese units have no I-Tech value, so it cannot take over the base. And I don't need this base. So. India army is dying, my armies are preparing. No attack here today, maybe bad weather. Or Rob was resting his air fleet, I don't know. I was able to load here the supplies. So the situation here is fine, but it's still very hard to get the supplies into the base. So my unit are still requesting, they did not even get the base supplies request done. So you can see this. So I asked now this division to try to cross the land pass and help here at Townsville, because I don't expect here much more fighting. And the Navy division is maybe strong enough to hold the line. Because for the Allies it's also the same situation, that you really don't get any supplies here. It is a dead end. So I normally must airlift supplies maybe here. But I try to build up the base to get the limitation up to 800. But good. Next attempt to take the base was not successful here. But I still have the supplies, so nearly full. But I have high disruption and fatigue, so I need 2 or 3 days. I'm waiting that the tanks get supplies. They are a little too low on supplies. And you can see that still no movement west, so I guess maybe source move. Or sometimes you don't see it. You will see. Good. And carrier are now already. The carriers are first running for Truk. There they can refuel and fix their damage overnight. And then the next day I can departure for Yokohama. Then I do the same again, fix the damage, prepare, and then try to attack here. And at the same time, other division is coming directly, but this is I show already. So I have here some stuff I could maybe throw in if it's really getting dangerous. We will see. And see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.